We're going to break this round down because I thought this was a little bit weird. I thought this was a weird situational round. It's OpTic versus Seattle.
This one 4v4 was dumb from Seattle.
This was an interesting round, to say the least. Zin, you said it's dumb from Seattle, so I'll let you take the floor here.
So I just don't like how Lamar is watching Freezer from, like, side door. Like, I'd much rather him just back door with the door open on the head glitch. Like, he's just going to get cameraed there, especially versus players like Shotzi who are just going to dive around the corner and just pop up.
It also makes Pred play weird because Lamar's calling right here, I have your Freezer, so Pred's like, okay, I'm not going to snake this.
Now he shits himself.
If Pred's snaking right here, he probably at least gets one.
Yep.
If he's just snaking, going back and forth between Cat Room, Freezer, he probably gets one, but since Lamar gets ripped right there, I just thought it was a weird round because usually you don't see teams take B that easily, especially when a team is stacked on that site. You know what I'm saying? It was clinical from OpTic, but I just thought it was a weird situation.
I think that was bad positioning from Seattle.
Yeah.
Like, if Lamar's going to play side door, I would rather Pred be watching Freezer and Lamar playing an off angle on caution, because I feel like you have a better line of sight on that.
Correct.
But nonetheless, if I'm Lamar, I'm going back door. I got your Freezer. AG, you watch your caution. We're good to go. Nonetheless, beautiful break from OpTic, also a blunder from Seattle.
Absolutely. Sure. Right here, let me take a look at my notes again. Got a lot of clips here. It's hard to remember all of them. Oh, yeah, this was the weird spawn in the control. I wanted to talk about this. Remember that weird spawn?
When Lamar's in the van?
Yeah, it's a weird spawn right here, folks. Take a look.
Let's see if we can make sense of something that doesn't make sense.
Lamar 3-piece. Obviously pushes back plat. What the fuck is this?
I mean, there is no logical reasoning to this one.
They all spawn right here. It's because number 8's in luggage, somebody said?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
I mean, this spawn is completely open.
It's not squad spawns anymore. Like, squad spawns aren't a thing anymore.
Lamar
it's not squad spawns.
He's on top of this spawn, essentially. He's basically on top of it. And they still, OpTic spawns there. Honestly, it ends up being a good thing. But I just thought it was a weird spawn. I wanted to review it with you, get your take on it. Do you think it was because of 8?
It could have been a line of sight Lamar had maybe on, like, back
He might have been
kitchen.
looking back A. He might have been looking. That's not a bad shout.
But
it didn't look like it, though.
But I feel like we see people there. Like, I think today Brandon was there, and they still spawn back kitch.
Control spawns on Hotel have been really weird lately. I don't know if they changed, but I feel like they've been really weird lately. That's really all I wanted to talk about. Just a weird spawn on the map. Next up, oh yeah, this is perfection right here. We talk about great control transitions. We're going to be taking a look at New York here against LAG. They capture B, and usually teams don't just walk on over to A and cap it, but in this situation, New York does. Obviously, LAG been struggling a little bit, but you can't take credit away from New York. This is not an easy thing to do. So we're going to see Kismet pinch their spawn, kill Joe. Joe spawns here again.
And he's pissed off.
No, Joe ends up getting that kill. I remember that. But then the kills start falling. Caesar gets 2. Hydra gets 1.
I mean,
Priesta gets another. That's clinical. It doesn't get any cleaner than that.
If you're on offense and you're close to point and you get 3 to 4 kills consecutively, simultaneously, and you stack the point, I mean, the odds you lose that round are very, very, very little. It's almost guaranteed. The only time it gets wacky is if someone's kill whoring, they push off point, they don't stack the point. You get 3 or 4 kills, you 3 stack, round should be over.
Absolutely. Here we go. We've got a round 11. Obviously, we break down every single round 11 here on the breakdown. First one, or actually, this isn't the first one that it is the first one. We got Minnesota taking on Vegas, a pivotal round 11.
This is tough for Standy here. I mean, Standy thinks he's in a good spot. He's pushed up. He's playing like a little wacky off angle, not one that we see usually.
I like this position
here.
I love the position that Standy gets in there.
I mean,
unfortunately, he just loses a gunfight. Bance makes a huge kill right there.
Nade doesn't hit.
Nade doesn't hit. If that nade hits, I mean, 3v3, I don't really fully remember what takes place in the rest of this round.
Clay loses a fight here. He's behind the rocks.
Yeah,
he loses the fight tower.
Cammy wins a huge one.
Tej runs into the aim of 2 people bottom pool, and unfortunately for Vegas, they lose the round, but win the series. So
good memory on you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll fast forward this. Don obviously in a 1v4. We'll show the end of it just for continuity purposes. Gets taken out by Cammy. That's a round 11 that Minnesota needed, but Zen, doesn't fucking matter. They still lose the series. Next up, Zen. We only have 4 more. Don't worry, Zen.
I'm all right.
Don't worry,
Zen. It looked a lot more than it actually is.
Don't worry, Zen. We're almost done. Right?
Dude, get on your fucking laptop.
I fucking love it, okay?
I know you do.
I love it. All right, we got a P3 rotation. Minnesota, Vegas, tie ball game. Playoff implications on the line.
I mean, this is so. At first, I thought TJ bottled this because he doesn't commit to this chow. He has a win, even though the nade is here. He hesitates. I thought it was going to cost him. Luckily, he still wins the fight. Donnie also makes one. Tej killing this guy orange. There's one guy time. Clay gets a kill as well. Tej waits for his team here. This is a monumental, a must P3 break, and they get it done.
It's a picture-perfect P3 break at a time where they needed it most. If they lose this series we are having the conversation of they are probably not making champs unless they have a masterful major. Now they find themselves 10 points behind. Big plays out of Vegas. They get a great hold off of this.
Not only was it a P3, so they get a great P3 break. Then we have Standy dropping an absolute piece in time to save it.
We'll be seeing this later.
Earlier on the P2, before the P3, we saw Donnie get a 3-piece to break P2. So every single player stepped up individually to clutch up.
Yeah, we'll be seeing that play from Standy later. Big time. Big plays from Vegas whenever they needed it most.